Blood oaths, silent killings, and empires built on fear still rule the shadow. For years, one name kept surfacing online whenever people talked about the most dangerous criminals alive. A man described as a global mafia boss, a ruthless gangster, a bloody baron who built empires on drugs, kidnappings, and terror. To some, he was painted as pure evil, almost mythical. His name was Nicardie Arabaci, but that image wasn't created by court records or intelligence agencies. It was created by TikTok. Social media turned him into something else entirely, a dark icon, a man with a piercing stare riding a motorcycle compared to a real-life witcher. Millions admired his looks, his aura, his silence. But behind the edits and music, the reality was far more brutal. Nicardie Arabaci operated in Germany as part of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, a biker gang that terrorized Cologne for years through robbery, extortion, and organized racketeering. Violence wasn't a side effect, it was the business model. Arabaci is of Turkish descent. After serving his sentence, he was released in 2007 and deported to Turkey. Since then, he has been spotted in places like Dubai. But because of his appearance and background, the internet crowned him something he never was, the so-called King of the Albanian Mafia. That title is false. He has no ties to it. Yet the fear remains, and that raises a darker question. If this man isn't Albanian Mafia, then why does the Albanian Mafia inspire so much fear across the world? Their name appears everywhere. In police files, in Hollywood movies, across social media. And unfortunately, that fear isn't based on fantasy. The Albanian Mafia is widely considered one of the most structured, disciplined, and far-reaching criminal networks on Earth. Its influence stretches across continents, operating quietly but relentlessly. To understand how it became so powerful, you have to look at where it began, how it is built, and why it has proven so hard to destroy. Everything starts with geography. Albania is a mountainous country. For centuries, isolated terrain protected clans that lived by their own laws. These mountains weren't just natural barriers, they were shields. Albania's location also made it a perfect corridor between east and west. Drugs, weapons, and people could all pass through. But geography alone didn't create a mafia. History did. For centuries, Albania lived under the Ottoman Empire. Then came wars, foreign occupations, dictatorships, and Soviet influence. From 1944 to 1985, the country was sealed off from the world. Religion was banned. Traditions were crushed. Society was tightly controlled. But one thing survived the isolation: the clans. These blood-based family structures endured underground, untouched by ideology. When the state collapsed, the clans were still standing. They became the foundation of what the world now calls the Albanian Mafia. Most people imagine organized crime like a pyramid. One boss at the top, orders flowing downward. But that model doesn't fit here. The Albanian Mafia draws its strength from something far more resilient: bloodlines. They call it FIS, meaning clan. Members are connected by family, ancestry, and an ancient code. Inside the clan, absolute power exists. Life and death decisions are made internally. Loyalty is not expected, it is enforced. Break the blood oath, and you are erased. Not just killed, but erased socially. You become an outcast, despised by your own people, and hunted by outsiders. This threat keeps everyone in line. The Mafia isn't one organization. It's a living network of interconnected clans and cells. Destroy one, and two more take its place. Arrest one man, and the structure survives untouched. At the center of each clan stands the boss. He is calculating, ruthless, and unquestioned. Around him are not strangers, but brothers, sons, nephews. Blood guarantees loyalty. Below them are the soldiers, younger relatives, distant cousins, or proven loyalists. Some aren't family at all. Financiers, corrupt officials, foreign partners. They are kept close with money and fear. Their loyalty is fragile, but without them, global crime would be impossible. Then there is the myth, a concept outsiders rarely understand. A Mick is a sacred ally from another clan, a bond sealed by honor. A Mick provides shelter, protection, and connections in foreign territory. The more mics a clan has, the easier it moves across borders. This system turns entire cities into safe zones. Honor and blood vengeance rule everything. Insults are paid in blood. Betrayal is answered with execution. Orders are carried out without debate. There is no mercy, no democracy, no appeal. This brutality is not chaos, it is discipline. Blood replaces law. Fear replaces justice. And that is why outsiders struggle to penetrate the system. But the Albanian Mafia did not perfect its methods at home. Its real education began overseas, especially in the United States. During the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s, waves of young Albanians immigrated to America. They were poor, desperate, and willing to take risks. Many found themselves pulled into the criminal underworld. The Italian Mafia noticed them quickly, strong, fearless, unbothered by violence. Albanians became bouncers, couriers, and enforcers. They weren't afraid to spill blood. They earned a reputation as merciless soldiers. At first, they worked for Italian bosses, but they watched closely. They learned everything: racketeering, loan sharking, gambling, fraud, drug trafficking. Over time, they rose, from muscle to operators, from workers to planners. And eventually, they decided they would no longer serve anyone. They would build their own empire. Albanian clans stepped out of the shadows, first in the US, then across Europe. For years, their name was tied to one thing: heroin. The Balkan route belonged to them. From Turkey through Bulgaria and the former Yugoslavia, across mountain passes into Western Europe, they knew every trail, every hidden road. They guarded shipments, transported product, and sold in bulk. Wars and police crackdowns forced route changes, but the flow never stopped. Around the turn of the millennium, everything changed. The clans shifted focus to cocaine from Latin America. And they didn't just join the trade, they rewrote it. Instead of dealing with middlemen, they went straight to the source: Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. Their representatives met cartel leaders face to face, deep in the jungle. Why pay more when you can control supply? They built a modern logistics empire. Containers with hidden compartments, speedboats, private planes, shell companies. The result was a white tsunami. Not kilos, tons. Cities like London, Berlin, Rome, and Brussels felt the impact. Prices dropped, supply exploded. The market bent to Albanian control. Then Albania itself became a production hub. Massive cannabis plantations spread across the country. Tons flowed into Italy and Greece. Synthetic drugs followed. New substances, new profits. Their methods are surgical. Each person in the chain knows only one task: load, guard, move money, catch one, and the rest continue. Weapons are dismantled and hidden as car parts. Drugs are packed with bananas. People are smuggled across water at night. Detection becomes nearly impossible. Their language is another weapon. Ancient, complex, full of dialects. To outsiders, it sounds like noise. Even translators struggle. Add burner phones, encrypted apps, aliases, and code words, and law enforcement is blind. Money flows through restaurants, clubs, car dealerships, construction firms, hotels, real estate, offshore accounts, fake contracts, and crypto payments. Crime blends into legality. Even police can't tell criminals from investors. Occasionally, the curtain lifts. In the mid-1980s, US Attorney Rudolph Giuliani targeted an opiate flow through the Balkans. A shipment worth $125 million was seized. The response was brutal. A $400,000 bounty was placed on the heads of a US prosecutor and a DEA agent. Both lived under constant protection. The message was clear. This was no local crime group. In the late 1980s, Alex Rudaj arrived in the US. He started as a bouncer, then built a gang in the Bronx called the Corporation. Gambling machines, extortion, violence. He personally fought rivals. In one incident, he threatened to blow up a gas station to intimidate an Italian boss. He wasn't bluffing. In 2004, the FBI struck. Rudaj received 27 years. In 2013, the Wolfpack drug ring in the Bronx collapsed. They moved over a ton of marijuana and kept an arsenal of weapons. Their leader was sentenced to more than 10 years. One blow, the network lived on. In 2025, Ili Dani's case shocked investigators. His network planned to use underwater drones to smuggle cocaine attached to cargo ships. It sounded like fiction. It wasn't. Arrests followed, but the ambition revealed everything. Today, the Albanian Mafia spans the globe. Britain, Germany, Italy, Scandinavia, the US. They traffic drugs, smuggle migrants, exploit women, and profit from illegal labor. They adapt fast. Old traditions meet modern tech. Discipline meets innovation. Arrests happen. Heads fall. But the Hydra survives. And now something darker is happening. Crime is becoming culture. TikTok videos, music, luxury, guns, cars. For some youth, it's a dream. The real danger isn't just the violence, it's the normalization of it. And that should worry everyone. If this story opened your eyes, remember this world thrives in silence. Break the silence. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.